I do like him, man, because he's cute, but he's not obnoxiously cute.
True.
You know, what I like about this character, the character doesn't talk a whole lot. So it's not saying a bunch of cute things. And Grogu just doesn't throw himself in the middle of scenes. You know, they don't center on him a whole lot. And actually when they do, he's more kind of in awe of things that are going on, which I like that about the character. God damn. You know, and I'm probably a little bit biased because there are moments out that I was watching this and looking at it, I was like, you know what? There's certain scenes here when that I look at it. Looking at Mandalorian and the Mandalorian and Grogu just remind me of me and Pixie. Man.
I know. I was thinking that too.
There it is, right? Yeah, look at that, y'all. Look.
Oh, yeah, she's got the ears.
Yeah, look. There you look at that. Look at that. Yeah, that's, you know what? That's what we're gonna do for Halloween. Couples costume right there. You're at dtmerch.com. There's so many other things that you can do over there and see, such as our new videos that are up on TikTok and up on YouTube. But what I really want you to do is I want you to go and first of all, you can start by looking at that banner in the middle of DT Merch, clicking that. So you can go over to x1entertainment.com/double-toasted so you can get tickets for Double Toasted live in New York City, Brooklyn to be more exact. That's April 1st. And that's going to be a show starting at 8 p.m. at the Roulette Intermedium for a night of comedy, games, and much, much more. You're going to have a great time while you're there. Had people asking me about The Mandalorian. You know, Corey, you love the show. You talked about how great it was, the best thing Star Wars have put out. We know you just hate Star Wars, which is not true. You can always put words in my mouth, but it is true that The Mandalorian is a show that I enjoy very much. And now they're on season 3. Glad to see that it's back.
Our people are scattered.
Hell, that noise.
Like stars in a galaxy.
Dude up there with that windpipe.
Damn.
Native American shit.
See. That way, you'll never be lost.
Shut up.
Look at those motherfuckers. I ain't never like those salacious crumbs.
Uh-oh.
Just hecklers. Look at him. Look at that bitch. I hate these dudes.
I'm going to Mandalore. So that I may be
Really? No, you going to Mandalore.
given for my transgressions. This is the way.
Get your bitch ass out of here. Shit, you don't know me, bitch. I'm Baby Yoda, mother. You know how many toys I sold that shit? Get your ass out the way. Probably come out with a middle finger.
I know. With his eyes like this, and he's like, don't make me put this glove on your ass.
Yeah. Shit, you don't know me, man. Yeah, our Grogu, as he's called. Sorry, y'all. So now we got season 3 here. And I gotta admit, man, I don't really remember a whole lot that happened last season because we just get so much television now and so much time passes between them.
Also, the Book of Boba Fett took up a bunch of our time and brain space.
Jesus Christ. Talking about take up. I mean, I should know what's happened to the Mandalorian because he went in and just stole Boba Fett's show. Just went in and took his shit. And I dare to say so.
You don't know how to do this. Get out the way.
And all the baddest all I can do is just look at him. He didn't do shit. Okay, man. Well, good thing I'm tired. He took his show, man. Yeah, somebody said Boba bitch is what he is. Yeah. I did not like that show. Funny thing is, and I'll just say this before we get into this episode, and I said this when we were watching the Book of Boba Fett. I said, the Mandalorian is Boba Fett. Mm-hmm. Now, I mean, he's not as amoral or crooked as Boba Fett was supposed to be until they made his ass, family friendly.
Right.
But
nerfed him.
Yeah, the shit did, man. But I mean, we had a fine Boba Fett type show. So when Boba Fett came up, he didn't have shit to do.
Right. He ran out of ideas.
Boba Fett came up like, damn, this took all my shit, man. Yeah, I mean, there was nothing left for Boba Fett to do. except be a bitch like he was, man. I mean, he hardly talked during the show. Spent half his time in a bathtub. Played around with, lizards and things. Oh, that's a good creature. He was soft. But I mean, this right here was why I probably like the Mandalorian. Mandalorian is a cool character, and we don't seem like we're sacrificing some of the traits that we know from this character because he's new. But in this episode, like I said, I didn't know a lot that was going on because I just so much to watch, so much time has passed, things overlap. But in this episode, if anybody who's watching or anybody who hasn't, we'll get caught up real quick. And this will be kind of spoilery right here. So if you haven't watched the episode, you might not want to stick around, which is why I saved it for last to talk about today. So the Mandalorian has to go to Mandalore and redeem himself by bathing in something called the living waters in the mines of Mandalore just because he took his helmet off.
Right.
And they said, we told you not to do that shit. Mandalorian culture is a religion,
Yeah. Yeah, so, they're ridiculously strict for no goddamn reason.
And even the Mandalorian, like, man, God, this shit was hot. They're like, we don't care. Man, I couldn't breathe. I don't care. We told you not to take it off. Now, do you want to be a Mandalorian or not? Leave it on.
I just saved you all.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Did you take it off to save us? Out of here. Yeah, you're like, they said, listen, we appreciate it, but you are a Mandalorian no more. Because you took that helmet off.
I don't know why you even still wearing that.
Yeah. And now you got to go do some mumbo jumbo nonsense, go bathe in some waters that don't mean nothing. Come back all wet and say, all right, I did it now. Can I be a Mandalorian again?
Right. Yeah, because nobody's there.
Yeah, nobody's there. Exactly.
Did you bathe in the waters?
Yeah.
See? My head's still wet.
Yeah.
Oh, oops.
On Navarro, that's a planet where we have Apollo Creed. Mando and Grogu, they got to reunite with his name is Grief Karga, who wants the Mandalorian to be his marshal there. They've gotten things kind of under control, but a roughneck or two still comes by, including pirates, which we see in this episode. Pirates come down and they want the city of Navarro to be the same rough place that it was before. Also, in order to go and soak in these waters that he has to go to help him along the way, he has to resurrect a long dead android that he hopes to bring back to life. And he also has to go see an old friend, Bo-Katan, who is not very happy with the Mandalorian right now. He kind of got her kicked out of her crew. And also because she didn't bring back the dark saber, and I even forgot what I was all about, but she ain't got it.
You got to have it if you're going to be the legitimate ruler. And the only way to get it is to kill somebody in combat. So he can't just give it to her. It's like, the only way I can get it to you is if you kill me. And
ain't happening.
I'm not feeling that. So.
I don't know. I still like living too much right now. As far as the episode goes, man, so I got some points with this episode, and and about where things are going with the Mandalorian in general, and also probably to a large extent, yes, even Star Wars. He's about to go off on Star Wars again. Well, stick around and find out. You don't know me, but I will say the episode was fun because it continues to have the tone that I like the best from Star Wars. I've said this before. Kind of has this Western feel that they've even kind of doubled. What's that?
Yeah, doubled down.
They doubled down.
They
on
really
it.
play into it now.
Yeah, no, I mean, we get before we had sheriffs, marshals, saloons, and now we're getting more gunfights and standoffs in the middle of the street.
You paid us. Sounds like you went soft.
Oh shit! He's like, hey man, if I gotta take my elbow off this tree, if I gotta take my shoulder off this tree, that's some shit's gonna go down. Now we all seen like the shootout at noon, the gunslinger standoff. That's what we're getting right here between Apollo Creed and these pirates that come to town, which I thought was a good scene because those pirates are assholes.
They are, because he's even saying like, listen, I know we work together. I'll buy you a drink. Not right here.
It's a school.
It's a school now.
I don't get.
Yeah, this is where we used to drink. We want to drink here.
It's still a bar to me. And I'm like, all right, we'll see about that.
You think so?
You said one dude was like, man, come on, let's go.
I know.
That dog man back there, he's like, man, hey,
for this.
Yeah. Watch my man back here. He took one step. Come on, man. Let's go.
Like me.
Now you think after that his boys would like take the hint. I mean, a dude with that great aim. Plus you got that scary looking dude, that Boba Fett looking dude behind you. You think they learn.
Maybe they're not familiar with Mandalorians and they're like, oh, he ain't gonna do nothing.
Well, they're about to be now.
Captain Varian Shark, that Navarro is no longer friendly to pirates.
Slow ass. You mean to tell me that person on the far right couldn't pull the trigger? He's too busy looking at shit. Yeah, man. It's the reason why I like this Western feel so much. I begin to figure out exactly why. Because I've always said that I enjoy like the dirty, gritty Western feel of Star Wars better. And I think the reason why is because it's that Western feel that doesn't. Whenever they take on a Western tone, or episodes, or even movies, they're not going off on the Star Wars mythology and lore as hard.
True.
They're a little more straightforward adventure storytelling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that that's not something they shouldn't do and that's something that they didn't do. I mean, they definitely got into a lot of background and mythology here, especially when you have the Mandalorian when he meets Bo-Katan again.
Where is the stolen fleet?
Man,
That was her attitude too.
I ain't telling you a damn
She's
thing.
like, lick my crotch.
Suck my. That's what you can do.
Away through the galaxy as mercenaries. You still have the saber.
So they're going into some of the old mythology here, some of the stuff from the past episodes. So it's not like they don't do it here. And I'm not saying they shouldn't, because Star Wars has a lot of mythology and lore that the fans love.
And all that were things that happened that were kind of big from the previous season. So it's good to have a follow-up to it.
Exactly. No, I think so. Like you have to follow up on these stories. So, I think that that's cool. It's just a lot of times it comes down to balance with me. Because I look at, how much are we going to be talking about trade unions and routes and getting into politics and whatnot, or talking about, Jedi lore and whatnot. Because there's some movies and episodes and properties that have gone off hard on that. I don't mind it if there's a balance. I thought this episode had a good balance of action.
I thought so too.
And some of the background for all the characters and story, because it opened up strong, man.
Yeah.
That damn alligator.
That Gamera, you mean?
Yeah. Damn, that kaiju that popped out that water.
Well, you say dumb ones, but I was like, one, why are y'all doing this ritual in Gamera infested waters?
Right next to the water.
And once that thing pops out, everybody should have ran.
Yeah.
Y'all are wearing jetpacks. Out of there.
Yeah, no, they had something to prove.
Right.
They wasn't doing shit. You're right.
And you see like the blasters just like pew 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 pew.
It bounced. They put bombs on that thing and it didn't work.
Shit just tickling it.
Yeah. But they out there having a goddamn baptism right by the water. I will say though it was cool to see that helmet. They had a fresh helmet out there. Brand new helmet. Shit like a toy.
I swear on my name and the names of the ancestors.
I swear on my name and the names of the...
I swear on my name and the name of that. You ain't gonna be no Mandalorian.
Did you think this was a flashback?
I did. No, I was saying I thought that was Pedro Pascal.
I'm about to say that shit sound like Pedro Pascal, but I ain't want to.
No, well, I thought this was a flashback, but it wasn't. And I think they did that on purpose. I thought that was actually kind of cool because they meant for you to think it was a flashback. And then that's why this was pretty cool the way they set it up, because then you had this whole thing of the realization is not, but in this really cool, heroic way, man, because the Mandalorian comes down and pretty much saves all their asses at the last minute when they couldn't do anything to that creature. Nah, I'm gonna tell you something.
They're gonna be eating good.
Oh hell yeah! They're gonna be eating good. They're gonna be wearing gator boots, belts, gator hats, gator skin hats. And I don't even like to see animals die. I even pretend animals, but that son of a bitch had it coming, man. Yeah, because he was relentless. He wouldn't go. He was a bully.
He was. And it's like, okay, you already ate a couple of people. What else do you want?
Yeah, take your ass on, man.
Wasn't nobody with you.
Yeah, because I thought, all right, they gave you plenty of warning shots. I mean, it ain't phasing, but you know it's just gonna get crazy from here. No, he was just that damn gator had an ego or something, man. Big ass bully.
Yeah, because when he got hit with that shot, he was like, "Oh,
he sure was." What? Goddamn, what? Intestines everywhere. I mean, they make chitlins out of it or something. I don't know, but they even had it started big, kind of nearly ended big. You know, they had a big space chase, nice old fashioned Star Wars space chase near the end of the episode.
Has anyone got eyes on the Mandalorian? Not yet.
That means you're gonna die.
Not yet.
Yeah, if you're the one that can't see him, that means he's right behind you. Oh shit. Oh no. Yeah, you know, this is cool, man. I like old-fashioned space battles. That was good. And they also had a really cool scene in here, man, that I thought it kind of caught me off guard. It creeped me out a little bit when he tried to bring what was that? What was that robot?
Oh, yeah.
IG-11.
Yeah.
So he has to bring this robot that has knowledge to get him to where he needs to go. He says, you know, I need that specific one. I need his specific memories. And they said, well, this droid is dead. And they're trying to figure out a way to bring him back with his memory intact. And the Mandalorian went in and tried to rig something. He got some wires crossed and that fool went crazy.
Yeah, I think like wasn't it before when they met him, he's a robot who only kills human like anytime he sees somebody, but somehow he got reprogrammed to where, okay, he's cool.
But he reprogrammed it back too far to where everybody was an enemy. Everybody was a target.
Asset to be terminated.
I like the way he went for yours.
Wait, yeah, I want to say.
It's like Will Smith. He goes for the smallest target.
Get the here, catch my dog. I thought that was pretty cool. I like that. That was it looked pretty creepy, man. I also love how we talked about this at the beginning of the episode, but I love how the Mandalorians are just a religion that just won't even let like the smallest detail go. I mean, I guess taking off your helmet is a big detail for them, but goddamn, I mean, come on, things are gonna happen.
Right.
You know, at some point, somebody's gonna take this off.
You have removed your helmet. You are no longer Mandalorian.
Like, Jesus, give me a break, man.
I was hungry. Come on.
And that's the thing. I'm still not buying this whole not taking off your helmet shit, man. Okay, because look, you got to get a haircut. Pedro Pascal he's got facial hair. Shit, he's getting known for his mustache now. He takes that off. He's kind of groomed. I'm like, listen, how you shaving? How you cutting your hair? How you not having horrible acne? You know, how you not, how you not having, scars on your face or anything like that? You know, the thing is either they didn't think this through. Or everybody's sneaking their helmets off when nobody's looking.
Right. Because when he took his off, he was sweating as hell.
Hell yeah.
But you wonder if it's one of these like, if you take your helmet off, you can't be a Mandalorian. Because I haven't taken mine off, and I've wanted to. You have to keep yours on. Because I can't have just wasted my life keeping mine on.
I'm not buying this bullshit. You know, ain't nobody keeping a helmet on. At least explain to me some kind of way. Show that there's a spray they put under here that gets rid of hair or something. I don't know, but I don't think that was well thought through. I don't get it. That's one of the things that I do have a complaint about with the Mandalorian. I had it from the very beginning when they say you don't take your helmet off. Because I thought I said, all right, cool. And I thought when Pedro Pascal was gonna take his helmet off, either he was gonna be an alien or he was gonna look like a caveman, just, hair just knotted and dreadlocks and shit and big old nappy beard. And it's like, no, this fool look like he just got back from the barbershop.
Right. And it's not, you don't take your helmet off in public. It's, you don't take it off.
You don't take it off at all.
Right.
Listen, this is something with Star Wars that I appreciate. And I've always said I wanted them to do this more. Practical effects. Even puppets, man. Now y'all know I like puppets, and I was like, this.
They went puppet nuts in this episode.
Oh yeah. They say you want puppets. All right, we got puppets. And now I'm like, he's like, are you serious. He's like, am I watching Fraggle Rock right now? I'm like, yeah, I don't need no more puppets now. There's a reason why we got CG now. I mean, this shit it's starting to look like Gremlins or something, man. I was like, yeah, okay, this. I really appreciate you going back to practical effects and trying to make it consistent with old Star Wars, but I mean, it's sometimes just looking too fake. What does it look like? It looks like.
Well, especially when you have a puppet pick up a puppet.
Oh, you talking about Yoda picked his ass or Grogu? I mean, it's sometimes maybe it's the effect because like they're just moving too stiff. Lip sync is off for some of these puppets.
What do you want?
Whoa! Hey, he's throwing his voice.
What do
you want? What do you want?
For me, I'm not liking it too much. It's really making this feel like a cartoon now.
When it gets to scenes like that.
Yeah, when you get to scenes like this, which they're adding more now as we go along. They're adding more and more scenes with puppets and cute stuff and gags, and it's starting to. I know it's just feeling like a cartoon and feeling more like a cartoon than actual Star Wars cartoons. It's feeling more cartoonish than Star Wars Rebels or or Clone Wars, anything like that.
Well, they have something to prove.
What's that? Oh, it's the cartoon. Yeah. I mean, even with things like and those are puppets, but even with people in certain costumes, even the costumes are starting to feel like something off of a kid's puppet show. I mean, because of the mask feel very puppet-like now.
That's something I was going to say, because for the most part, I really enjoyed this episode. I was pumped about it. But with the masks, I was like, man, you'll spend a lot of money on this, but a lot of these masks, the faces aren't really moving.
Like the pirate leader.
The pirates, all of them.
What a kind sentiment from a man who just destroyed 4 of my fighters. Surrender your ship and I'll spare your life.
Yeah, it just doesn't look.
There's not much articulation in the lips.
Nah,
it's just open and closed.
Like a Halloween mask. Yeah, it just wasn't. A lot of the puppetry in this and the practical effects when it comes to that weren't working for me. It was just kind of bringing the show down for me a little bit, except for Grogu. Now, I know I've talked shit about Grogu in the past. Somebody, he ain't nothing but Baby Yoda, which he is, and he's meant to sell toys. Yes, he is. There's no denying that. I'll, argue with me on that all day. It's true. But I do like him, man, because he's cute, but he's not obnoxiously cute.
True.
What I like about this character, the character doesn't talk a whole lot. So it's not saying a bunch of cute things. And Grogu just doesn't throw himself in the middle of scenes. They don't center on him a whole lot. And actually, when they do, he's more kind of in awe of things that are going on, which I like that about the character. God damn. And I'm probably a little bit biased because there are moments out that I was watching this and looking at it, I was like, you know what? There's certain scenes here when that I look at it. Looking at Mandalorian and the Mandalorian and Grogu just remind me of me and Pixie.
I know. I was thinking that too.
There it is, right? I've got to make that happen, man. I've got to make a
little costume
a
for her.
Mandalorian costume for myself and paint her green.
Okay, but you can't take your helmet off.
Oh yeah,
bullshit! I didn't say I was a real Mandalorian. That's why I'm going for Halloween. In fact, my Halloween costume is gonna be ex-Mandalorian. Oh, get her a little robe. Yeah, look at that, y'all. Look.
Oh, yeah, she's got the ears.
Yeah, look. There you go. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, that's. You know what? That's what we're gonna do for Halloween. Couples costume right there. She's like, I don't give a. Just put me down. All right, man. There you go. I still like seeing him get in trouble. I'm glad they didn't like stretch the scene out too. But there's little points where I'm like, all right, you know what? That's one of the interesting things about him. What's his little ass gonna do to get in trouble? Because every now and then he's being sneaky, man. He's got that Jedi telepathic power. So every now and then he sees a snack he wants, and if it's across the room, he's gonna get it anyway.
Where you're from, you may be an apostate, but here.
See, one day he's gonna poison himself.
His ass is greedy.
Yeah, he's greedy, and he's gonna end up like poisoning himself one day. He's gonna get the shits one day. Carl Weathers, man, is really good in this.
He is.
Carl Weathers, he goes from being a badass sometimes, as we saw in that scene where he fought the pirates, but also, man, Carl Weathers is just very funny in this too. Mm-hmm. I mean, because you had the Mandalorian try to tell him, he's like, like that's his baby now. He's like, his name is Grogu. And Carl was like, yeah, I don't give a
Grogu.
Come again?
His name is Grogu.
If you say so. Come, I want to show you.
Whatever, man.
Yeah, Grogu, Gogu, whatever, Gogurt, whatever. Yeah, come here, man. Yeah, I think with this show, I think that it could benefit from them actually. Now, this is the thing that, by nature of Disney being a corporation, money-making corporation, they're going to stretch things out as far as they can. Mm-hmm. I think the show could benefit from having an ending in sight. Because I can kind of feel where this is, again, just right now, having to catch up and not really remembering what was happening and getting back into it. I think that after watching the Book of Boba Fett and them not having a solid idea where this was going, I think that could happen to the Mandalorian. Not as bad, but I think it's one of those things, man. Just now it could work either way. We could get it to where we have episodic adventures where the Mandalorian goes and he's like a gunslinger. Mm-hmm. He takes jobs, he helps out of town, do whatever, like a Western. Like I grew up on Western shows like that, I told you. But if they have an overarching story, I think they need to have an end goal for that.
I think it's going to lead to a war.
It is.
I get that impression because a lot of times series will do that where they feel episodic. And then there's a big event, and especially if there's a war, that gives them a story that they can keep coming back and forth.
I can do that.
Interesting.
Yeah, I just in that case, just cater it to a nice episodic format or small arcs,
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I like the episode, man. I thought it was fun. I have some complaints about it. I just because there's so much. That's another thing. They were putting out so much Star Wars. Mm-hmm. Just too much Star Wars.
Yeah.
This might have impacted me, my eagerness for the Mandalorian, and it's not like it was before where I really wanted to see this. I couldn't wait. Now I'm just kind of like, man, if I could take a break from Star Wars right now and be just fine, but still like the episode.
Well, I get that feeling of I'd like a break. I feel like there has been something of a break, and this has come back, I think, fairly strong to where I'm like, oh yeah, I'm interested again, and like, oh great, I got a show or one of my shows to look forward to every week.
This episode made me want to look forward to how the rest of the season goes and see what else they do with it.